A retired legend loses everything, then breaks the news server overnight. Spoilers ahead for this stretch of the Chinese manhua. Yi Xiu is supposed to be finished. His old team replaces him, his famous account is no longer in his hands, and the public sees only a fallen professional being pushed off the stage. But here's the thing. He is not gone. He is sitting inside an internet cafe, working the front desk, and quietly logging into Glory's newest server under the name Lord Grimm. No fanfare, no empire, just 10 years of experience, a strange custom weapon, and a player base that has no idea the dangerous opponent they are about to meet is starting over beside them. Seven Fields is being humiliated by Full Moon Guild players, and they are enjoying every second of it. They think they have the room under control until Lord Grimm casually steps in and asks to join their party. Okay, that sounds insane. The same players who are mocking his side now have to decide whether to accept him or look weak in front of everyone watching. They suspect a trap, but pride pushes them into saying yes. At the internet cafe, even the boss thinks this team-up is shameless, but Yi Xiu understands the board differently. Lord Grimm does not need help clearing Green Forest. With his silver custom weapon, he is hunting something rarer. And once Green Forest falls too easily, Seven Fields points towards Spider Cave, a place their level should not survive. Spider Cave is where the joke turns dangerous. The Full Moon Guild players enter with regret already crawling under their skin, because one death could ruin the run. Their private plan is simple. Use Lord Grimm for experience. Keep him useful for now, then punish him later when the moment looks right. That is petty, but it is also stupid, because they still do not know who they are standing beside. A green spider appears with poison claws, and everyone expects Lord Grimm to suffer, because he brings no antidotes. Instead, he launches the dangerous opponent with Sky Strike and holds it in the air with a combo, so fast the others start calculating his actions per minute like they are watching a pro match. By the time the spider drops, their payback plan is already shaking. Then the Spider King arrives, and this is where panic actually earns its place. The boss fills the battlefield with poison miasma, and the low-level antidotes do not clear it. The party realizes they may have walked into a fight they were never supposed to win. Lord Grimm does not argue. He interrupts the miasma, takes command, and starts placing everyone like pieces on a board. Seven Fields goes to one angle, the others spread out, and Sleeping Moon complains even while his body obeys. Watch what Yi Xiu does next. He turns a boss fight into pinball. The Spider King keeps getting bounced from player to player, controlled by timing instead of brute stats. The reward is not just survival. Their random party steals a server first kill, and Blue River from Bluebrook Guild immediately starts investigating Lord Grimm. Bluebrook Guild should be one of the powers shaping the new server, but Lord Grimm has already embarrassed them twice. Blue River is not just angry, though. He is confused, because the reports do not fit. If Lord Grimm were a hired professional backed by a strong guild, his teammates should look polished. Instead, he is clearing records with people who were insulting him moments earlier. That makes him more dangerous, not less. Back in Spider Cave, the party celebrates the Spider Emperor kill, and Lord Grimm only takes the resilient silk he came for. Sleeping Moon, who wanted to crush him, has to swallow the bitter truth and admit his skill is real. The others warm up fast, asking to add him as a friend, while Blue River realizes the new server has a variable no guild can ignore. After the overnight madness, the story pulls back to the internet cafe boss. Her father built this place, and she carries both the pride and the weight of keeping it alive. The new server is good for business, but then she checks Yi Xiu's progress and nearly breaks. Level 17 in one night. 3 major first kills. And somehow, he even turns Sleeping Moon from enemy into useful teammate. It is funny until the real blow lands. Yi Xiu sleeps in the small storage room bedroom she prepared for him, wakes later, and finds the cafe frozen around a public announcement. Yi Xiu has retired. One autumn leaf is going to Sunxiang. The boss is devastated because, to her, a legend has been erased too early. Yi Xiu says very little, but the silence hits hard. When Lord Grimm returns, Sleeping Moon is absent because Yi Xiu's retirement has shaken him. That detail matters, because even rivals in this world worship greatness. Lord Grimm decides Spider Cave is pointless unless he can get more resilient silk for the 1000-chance umbrella, so he shifts the group towards Skeleton Graveyard. The others ask what he wants there, and his answer sounds ridiculous: the Skeleton Warrior's Saber. To them, it is just a decorative item, the kind of drop normal players ignore. But by now, they have learned not to laugh too loudly at Lord Grimm's requests. They clear the dungeon again and again, gathering small drops, waiting for the real target. Finally, the hidden boss appears, and outside the game, the cafe boss is still arguing that Yi Qiu should not be finished. The Skeleton Warrior fight looks like chaos, but Yi Qiu treats it like a lock with one tiny keyhole. He needs the saber to drop with certainty, so he asks the cafe boss to find the old guide tied to Yi Qiu's knowledge. The answer is absurdly specific: hit the buckle holding the saber with a 24-hit combo. Not beat the boss. Not survive. Hit the exact point enough times before the fight ends. Lord Grimm heals the party, pulls attention onto himself, and starts directing positions while dodging the hidden boss head-on. The others barely understand what is happening. They feel useful and useless at the same time. When the saber finally drops, the boss thinks she heard fewer hits, until Yi Qiu explains the rapid strikes were too fast to separate. Then Blue River's friend requests start flooding in. Blue River finally gets through, and he approaches Lord Grimm like a guild leader trying to sound casual. He wants help breaking Frost Forest's clear time record, and he offers purple equipment like that should settle everything. But Yi Qiu is not playing for normal loot. The catch is, he wants materials. Resilient spider silk. A mithril pendant. White wolf fangs. Blue River's confidence drains by the second because the fangs come from a random hidden boss with limited daily chances. This is not a friendly invite anymore. It is a negotiation, and Lord Grimm keeps shaving the deal until Blue River gives more than he planned. The funniest part is how calm Yi Qiu stays. Before he even enters Frost Forest, he has turned a top guild's record attempt into a paid contract. At Frost Forest, Blue River's elite team waits for the mysterious helper and immediately loses faith when Lord Grimm arrives in mismatched gear. He has not changed class, which makes him look outdated, unserious, and maybe even delusional. Blue River introduces Thundering Light, Flower Lantern, and Bound Boat, all prepared for a precise record run, while guild chat quietly questions whether this was a mistake. But Yi Qiu is not late because he is careless. He is upgrading the 1000-chance umbrella. Midnight Cat materials replace parts of the weapon, and it rises to a stronger stage. When Lord Grimm returns, he temporarily joins Blue Brook so the record will count for them. Then, before the run even begins, he drops the kind of suggestion that makes veterans furious: they do not need a cleric. Blue River tries to process the insanity. No cleric is already dangerous, but Lord Grimm pushes it further. No main tank either. The team argues because Frost Forest is not a casual stroll, and bosses do not politely wait while damage dealers improvise. Lord Grimm simply says he will control the aggro himself. That confidence is reckless unless it is real, so Blue River chooses to test it. Bound Boat steps out, and Lunar Grace, Witch and returning Cloud Elementalist join in, turning the party into pure damage. Inside Frost Forest, Lord Grimm lays out a one-wave rush. Gather the mobs, use Dal Shururu to pull them together, then burn them with area attacks. The problem is the goblins include ranged threats. Arrows come flying, and everyone thinks the run is dead. Then Lord Grimm moves through them with a Z-shake, and doubt turns into fear. This stretch works because Yi Qiu is not trying to prove himself with speeches. He proves it through systems nobody else sees clearly. A useless saber becomes an upgrade piece. A hostile party becomes a record team. A guild leader's invitation becomes a material contract. Even his retirement from the pro stage becomes camouflage, because the new server only sees Lord Grimm, not the man behind him. The real conflict is not whether he can still play. He obviously can. The tension is how long the major guilds can misread him before they realize they are feeding resources to the same legend they thought had disappeared. If you want the next part, stay close, because Frost Forest is now a public test. Subscribe for the next manhua recap, where Lord Grimm's record run either breaks the guild's expectations or breaks the guild itself.